That was weird. I know a lot of it was weird, but for me it was just specifically weird because I was in an episode of Doctors. I got that part. The part I played was the guy who was looking for a vasectomy because he was too fertile. Which is weird. That is a weird part for me because I don't know if you can tell from my glasses, but my virginity was extremely resilient. That's true. I was a very weird kid. I got picked on a lot. We all remember that kid at school. If you can imagine, hunch posture, big thick glasses, a cloud of dandruff. That kid bullied me. Even my teachers bullied me. They saw which way the wind was blowing, and they were like, "Look, if we don't get the digs in, the other boys won't respect us." When I was 11, I had this awful teacher, Sister McGuinness, and English people always laugh at that. It's so funny. It's like, oh yeah, sure, Sister McGuinness. That was her name. Yeah, sure it was. Well, my teacher was Reverend Carling. But that was her name, and she had to have been at least 85 years old, and her version of sex education was to just look out at a sea of 11-year-old boys and go, "Do you know what sex is?" And obviously we said yes, because she was the last person we wanted to explain it to us. Because losing your virginity, it's difficult enough without Sister McGuinness's head popping into your subconscious going, "That's it, Andrew, you're doing great." So we were trying to look as confident in our sex knowledge as possible, but Sister McGuinness, she spotted me like a lion picking off the slowest gazelle, and was like, "Andrew, since you know what sex is, why don't you come to the front of the room and explain it to the rest of the boys?" I was 11. I'm a fully grown adult now, and I have never heard Irish people have an open conversation about sex. And we average 9 children each, so we're definitely doing it. I'm convinced the entire population of Ireland is down to the fact that the men are too embarrassed to buy condoms. We go to the shop, it's like, "Can I get some gum, a Twix, and a packet of condoms?" The first time my girlfriend came around, she was like, "Why do you have 2 drawers of ketchup?" I was like, "I don't know, but I hope you're on the pill." Ireland only legalized condoms in 1985. Yeah, that's true. Isn't that crazy? I asked my dad, what was it like to grow up in a country where condoms were illegal? And he was like, it actually wasn't that bad. Anyway, there I was 11 years old, trying to explain sex to a class full of boys that just bullied me daily. And I was like, when a man and a woman, they love each other, sometimes they take their clothes off, and the man will put his willy inside the woman, and then, and she went, "And what happens then, Andrew?" And I said, "Well, it's not a wee. It's like a different wee." And she went, "Andrew, you must never urinate inside a woman." Which was unbelievable ammunition for the bullies. Every day for the next 7 years, it was like, "Hey Nolan, don't piss in women." And I was right, she got me on a technicality. What a cruel thing to do to an 11-year-old boy. I'm glad she's dead. So I dealt with the bullies in the most Irish way possible. I emigrated. I moved over here, and I realised once I got here that even my country gets bullied. First time I came to London was about the year 2000, and England had just built these 3 state-of-the-art monuments to commemorate the millennium. And back home in Ireland, we had one. It was called the Millennium Spire, which was just a pretty big spike, which cost €4 million. I have no idea what happened at that meeting, The guy came in and was like, "Right, lads, look, England are going big for the millennium. They've got 3 of them. They've got a bridge, a dome, they've even got a feckin' Ferris wheel. What can we get for €4 million?" And a hand shoots up at the back, is like, "A pole?" He's like, "Great, okay, I like it, describe it to me." "Well, it's kind of silver, white at the bottom, narrowing towards the top, ends in a point. Like a needle." "Yeah, sure. Okay, where are we going to put the needle?" "I'll answer that. The heroin capital of Dublin." That's true. All the poor recovering addicts are queuing up for their methadone going, "Well, that's not going to help." And the British press, they had a field day. They were like, well, you didn't think that one through, did you, Paddy? You know the way you guys talk. But then England revealed their final Millennium Monument, the Millennium Bridge, the most technologically advanced suspension bridge on the planet. Like, the whole world was watching. They cut the ribbon, and hundreds of Londoners flooded onto the Millennium Bridge on the windiest day that London has ever seen. Imagine he's on the bridge. That's fine, it's going to help with it, right? They flooded onto the bridge, and the bridge had started to shake from side to side, right? And all those Londoners on the bridge, they all stepped the same way at the same time, thereby pushing the bridge further and further until it was like dangerously swinging in the wind. Irish television had this on 24-hour rolling news coverage. Every station you went to, it was like, and how's it going, Jim, over at the Millennium Bridge? R4, still shaking. I actually love it living over here. I met my fiance here, but even though, oh thanks guys, I feel like that might have been, no, that wasn't my fiance, it was her friend. Oh shit, that's gone weird. Anyway, even though we met in London, she's actually this really cool, tough New Yorker. Like, on the outside, she's this Mediterranean beauty, but on the inside, she's Joe Pesci. So pre-lockdown, we went to Amsterdam, and we were really, really hungover, and I went across the street, and this cyclist almost smashed into me, and he pulled over and went, hey friend, where are you from? And I went, Ireland? And he went, oh, do they not have roads in Ireland? And my 5'2" Staten Island fiance went, he might be from Ireland, but I'm from New York, bitch! And then she spat. Yeah, come at me, bro! I was like, oh my god, nobody's gonna bully me anymore. The cyclist looked at me and was like, your friend is crazy. She was like, friend? I'm fucking him. I was like, I don't think he cares. Anyway, it turns out he wasn't just a cyclist, he was a postman. And yeah, he was just doing his job. And I don't know if you've been to Amsterdam, it's made up almost entirely of circular canals, right? So this postman passed us like 5, 6, 7 times that day. The last time he passed us, he just looked over and went, hey friend, Amsterdam's a small city, no? And just cycled away. I had to take the bottle of wine out of her hand and feck it in the canal in case she glassed it. Right. Oh my god, what have I done? Oh, the COVID! Oh my god! Alright, just put this back. Oh Jesus. Well, we fucked that, I had one. But look, I had fun, and if I die, you know, remember how it happened in Sioux Hills, okay? Cheers. Thanks, guys.